We would like to acknowledge that the episodes in this series are produced on the traditional unceded lands of the Coast Salish peoples, which includes the territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. We thank them for allowing us to be their guests.
Something hopeful that's emerged is it's called UNDRIP, the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. And what it basically is, and it was developed over many, many years, and what it basically is, and it's been adopted by, I think at least 150 countries in the world, is that it is a mechanism by which Aboriginal Indigenous rights are protected. And what's most germane to mining is this idea, they call it free and prior informed consent. And that's something that's a prerequisite before, let's say, a mine moves forward. And what FPIC, or that means, is that if a mining company comes onto an indigenous territory, and those indigenous people, through their traditional processes and decision-making processes, decide that they do not want mining on this land, the mining company and the government that stands to benefit from that mine moving forward as well, has to go away, basically.
Right.
And that's something that the world, at least the way it's behaving, it's not ready for, and it's a voluntary thing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no real teeth at this moment.
It's a gesture.
Evo Morales, he was the first democratically elected indigenous national leader, I believe, in Latin America, maybe the world. Evo Morales tried to take UNDRIP and make it the law of the land and tried to implement it, and it was very positive at that moment in time. He took power, I guess, around 2006, around that time, and in the end, FPIC and UNDRIP was not viewed as, or was not closely followed or respected, and it hurt Evo's credibility. Mm-hmm. As a leader.
Right. For multiple reasons, I guess.
Yeah, there were other problems too. Yeah. But he also came out with that one of the most radical environmental laws ever kind of enacted was the rights of nature. Uh-huh. And he put forward this law that gave rivers or theoretically gave rivers and just for example, a river, it has rights, it has legal rights, right, and can be protected. Yeah. And you think of corporate personhood, how a company or even like a commercial ship can be a legal person, and
so why can't a river?
Well, no, and that was the idea was
right.
Well, why not a river?
Yeah,
or
if a corporation can, yeah.
And it's not a new idea because in India there's ancient buildings that have been extended the right of legal personhood. And I was really excited by this concept when I first heard it, because it just seemed, it seemed kind of subversive too, given the corporate personhood, right? But it was intriguing to me. But at the same time, the more I thought about it, was that there's so many people on this planet that don't have the rights of legal persons, basically. I mean, or they may as well not. Yeah. That it's kind of tough to take inanimate objects, and no matter how important they are, and say, well, you have legal person, or we're going to protect you.
This tree is more important than you are.
So I really liked the concept, but I didn't run with it too hard.